Welcome to the training for consumer fireworks site inspections. This training will cover your use of the IMAGETREND License Management System, LMS, to retrieve site plans and application information and record completion of your site inspections. We will cover three main topics in this training: access, workflow, and navigation within LMS. Our first topic is access. Please note that the website URL for the LMS public portal has changed. Make sure to update any bookmarks for the site you've made. Before going any further with this training, please make sure you can still get logged into the site. Use the Forgot Password link under the login fields if you need to reset your account password. If you're unable to reset your own account, please email us. The email address is provided on the last slide of this PowerPoint. The second topic for training is workflow. There are two workflows happening in LMS during the application process. The first part is the vendor's workflow. The vendor submits their application form online. If the site is new or a renewal with changes from last season, site plans are reviewed and approved first. Then the vendor pays their license fees. We then review their insurance information and assign an inspector to the site. Inspectors are not assigned until all fees are paid, the application approved, and the license is ready to be issued. Once the license is issued, the site inspector will be copied on that email. The vendor is still primarily responsible for contacting their assigned inspector to schedule the site inspection. However, if you've heard nothing from a vendor for a site you're assigned to, please reach out to them by email or phone to confirm if they have opened their site. You can refer to the anticipated site opening date the vendor provided on the application form. Our goal again for this season is 100% of all sites to be inspected. You can use the applicant lookup link on the LMS public portal at any time to search your name and see a list of sites that have been assigned to you. You do not need to be logged in to use the lookup feature. Click on a business name link in the search results to get more details on that site, such as the site address, contact phone number, license number, and vendor name. The final topic of training is navigation of the LMS site. We will go over three different workflow sections within this topic: locating sites for inspection, locating different approved site plans, and completing the site inspection form itself. Locating sites for inspection. Once a site application has been approved and the license issued, that site will be listed on your Review Applications page. To get to that page, click on the Applications link in the left-hand navigation pane and then click on Review. You can click on the View PDF link next to any other form to view it. Again, if you have not had contact from a vendor to schedule a site inspection, please refer to the application form for their anticipated opening date and contact them to see if they still plan to open. This date is on page 1 of the form just below the application instructions. To help manage your list of site inspections, you can expand or collapse the application details by clicking on the caret icon, which looks like the tip of an arrow, at the left of each gray application summary bar to show or hide the information for each application. Locating the approved site plans. We will no longer be emailing approved site plans to you when the license is issued. Instead, you'll be able to access the approved site plans at any time within LMS. To do this, first click on the business link in the left-hand navigation pane. Once the All Service page is loaded, scroll through the list of vendors and click on the name of the site whose plans you want to review. Once that vendor's business information has loaded, click on the Documents link in the left-hand navigation pane below the business link. To filter out all other documents, click on the Select Document Type drop-down box, scroll down and find CF Approved Site Plans and select it, then click the small Go button to the right of the search box. The Documents page will now only list the approved site plans that have been associated with this site. There should only be one document listed, so if you see more than one document or no documents listed, please let us know. Go ahead and click on the document name link to view it. A separate window will be opened with the approved site plans. You can print or download and save this PDF by using the buttons in the upper right-hand corner of the window. When you're done, just click the X to close the window. And the final section of the workflow is completing the actual inspection form online once you've inspected the vendor's site. To complete the form, go back to the Review Applications page by clicking on the Applications link in the left-hand navigation pane and then click on Review. You'll need to use the site license number from the email you were copied on and compare it to the number under the application details to find a specific site. Then click on the Start button to the right of the internal site inspection form in the list of forms under the site details. Once in the form, complete the questions. They are all required. If any question is answered no, a comment box will be provided at the end of the form for you to detail the issues you found during inspection. If a site is unable to remedy a violation you find while you're still on site, or later that same day, and it's reasonable for you to go back, the site should close until they fix the issue. If you ask a site to close to correct violations, please note this in the comments section of the form. You will need to revisit the site once they indicate they have remedied the violation to ensure the site is compliant. However, there is no additional inspection form you will need to complete for that revisit. Once you've completed all questions on the form, click the Submit button at the bottom. There is a Save button you can click on to save what you've completed so far if you're not ready to submit the form yet, but you need to leave the site or log out of LMS completely. And that's the training for using LMS to do consumer fireworks inspections. The remaining information is housekeeping details on tracking and reporting. For the local jurisdictions doing inspections on behalf of the State Fire Marshal, as you've done in past years, you will need to supply an itemized invoice listing the name and address of each site you inspect, and you'll send that to us. You only need to list each site once, as we only reimburse $100 per site for one inspection, regardless of how many times you may need to visit the site. We do reimburse for limited quantity site inspections as well. If you're a new jurisdiction inspecting this year or are unsure if we already have a W-9 on file for you, please include a W-9 with the invoice you send us. Invoices will not be paid if we don't have a W-9 for your agency on file. Mail or email your completed invoice to us and a W-9 if necessary at the end of the season, which is July 8th, or as soon as you've completed all inspections in your jurisdiction. For State Fire Marshal staff, reporting is handled in two different ways. For fire inspectors and special agents, you'll report your hours in tracks using the case number provided. You must report hours each pay period. Be sure to include not only your time on-site inspecting, but also drive time and time spent completing the inspection form in LMS. Electrical inspectors will report totals by end of day on the end of the pay period, which would be Thursday. Totals will be for total time spent and total mileage. And this is total for the pay period, not total for each site. However, as with fire inspectors and special agents, be sure your total time includes not only time on-site inspecting, but also drive time and time spent completing the form in LMS. Please email those totals to me and copy Brian Young. And that concludes the LMS Consumer Fireworks Inspection Training. Please let us know if you have any questions or concerns regarding the training information, LMS itself, or specific vendor sites as you're doing your inspections. And at this time, I would just like to say thank you to everyone on behalf of the team here, Mike Lowe, Steve DeJody, and myself, as well as State Fire Marshal Wood. We very much appreciate your assistance with the site inspections across the state. We know it's a lot of extra work in a short amount of time, and your efforts to help us do not go unnoticed. So thank you very much, and be safe.